What did that do to you?
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where it's like, I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Tanesha Jaxn, her being on the podcast, My Future Wife, like listening to her story of, she made one comment that like, it had me like, oh my God. She said, I knew the other woman's body better than I knew my own body. Let's talk about it.
Wow, you're right. That one, I'm kind of in favor for her speaking out, sharing her story, sharing her vulnerability. I know a lot of people are going to judge her instantly, like I would never do that, I would never be that weak. But I think we all have been a prisoner to a certain situation.
Mm-hmm.
We all have been incarcerated in some situations, and for her to speak out, it takes a lot of bravery.
Yes.
I mean, she was saying some real stuff.
She was.
Yes, several women. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own.
But she also admits, like, I don't ever want to be in that place again where I'm honestly kind of worshiping this man. That's what I looked at. She idolized him. She idolized the women he was with. You know, watching them, stalking them on Instagram and social media.
I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when they had met up.
That's a level of imprisonment. Like we said, mental imprisonment. Like,
absolutely.
And some people, if they were honest, can admit that they too have been in those situations where that control has happened.
Right. So Lisa, before you respond, she said that she would go on Instagram or social media to watch them. She would do her hair
like them.
Yeah.
So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that and recreate that in our relationships so that he could choose me.
She would perform in the bed with her husband like them. Like,
ooh, I mean, all I could think of was the bondage that this young woman was in, you know, and my heart just went out to her. And I'm like, you know, she really needs support. You know, how you're looking at somebody's situation, you're like, where's her mama? You know, where, you know, you almost want to reach out to her and just kind of hold her. Because, I mean, like you said, we've all been in situations where we're in bondage to that situation, you know, where our head game is just off, you know, and for him to have her like that, you know, you're looking at your husband have sex with another woman, you know, what?
I would be locked up for real.
What you say, more than that bondage?
Locked up, they won't let me out.
Yeah, we're not wearing this urge for nothing.
Right, this is a real orange jumpsuit. This is a cute one. You must go to Hunt. Hunt's got some. Really?
I'm sorry if I had to watch my.
Oh, that's serious. But it becomes, and I'm changed. I talked about a little stuff season 1 where I took the shoes off the boy's feet. But I'm not that person anymore. But the point I'm making is I have been in a moment where I was obsessed with a relationship. Meaning, I wanted to know. I looked at the phones. I listened to the voicemails. I cracked the code. I was there because it was like, I couldn't see how he could want somebody else. And then when I found out who it was, I stalked her. I looked on social media. And then it wasn't an idle moment, like idolizing this person, but I was curious, like, why wouldn't you want me?
Right.
And that's kind of what I resonated with her interview, is that she was so deep in her thoughts, trying to be all these other women. And that's when, like Miss Lisa said, who was undergirding her with affirmations and saying she's beautiful, she's worthy, she's more than enough. But she was so in her mind. That's why I could relate to some of them things that she was saying. The thing that got me the most was when she was saying that she could be walking down the stairs and the woman was walking up.
There was a lineup of us. We was passing each other on the stairway in and out.
No, y'all wasn't. No, y'all was not passing
You think this is a game.
You were not passing each other on the stairway. No, y'all wasn't.
We were passing each other on the stairway. Like, this is my shift from this time to this time.
That got me. Because she said she was so just sunken in a sunken place that, I mean, they were sharing spaces. So that goes into so many levels of dehumanizing a person. I think that he's been silent on social media, like our producer said. He hasn't said a word yet. So we'll get back to you on that when he does finally respond. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful that she's sharing it because she is an advocate for a lot of women, even in her brokenness.
Right.
But she's coming out of it. She's healing. So I look forward to even more from her and really sharing how she's grown from that moment.
Oh yes, definitely.
And her helping the other women to get out of these domestic
domestic
situations, because you may not be abusing me physically,
mentally,
but you done took everything from me.
Stripped everything mentally
of everything. Everything. And so Mr. Derrick Jaxn,
we after you.
If you
she already got her jumpsuit. Mine in the closet. No, I don't know. I don't have it.
If you are watching this, you need to take your own advice. Like, how can you, like, being a husband, you said that you were gonna be her provider. Like you're her head, and you know you've taken so much from her, and you knew that you were because of just looking at the lives he used to do.
Oh yeah,
you know, saying that men shouldn't do this,
and you the man that you talking about
that, and all along you were the man.
Such a fraud. Such a fraud.
But we gonna get you. We coming for you.
we gonna pray that God.
Wait till we have our gun training. We're gonna talk to our producer because she has said. No, I'm playing. No violence on the show. We don't condone violence.
We pray that, you know, that this will touch you in such a way so where you will really change. That you will be the man that you supposed to be. That you always post about. That you will be the man that you always speak about. That you have time to be that man.
Right.
So I pray that you receive healing as well.
And I'm happy she receiving a healing, but we will not give you bugs. That's one side too, because you're not getting away with this easy. Look, we hope that you do get your healing, but at the end of the day, it's coming back to you. Just so you know.
Audience, what do you feel about this? Have you been in similar situations like this? If you have, comment. Let us know. Shoot us a DM. Do a letter. Yes, do a letter to Miss Lisa. She has a lot of wisdom, you guys. And so, we want to hear from you.
We want to hear from you.
I was a willing participant in that. And this is, like, I can laugh about it now, but it's really sad, you know, to, like, what space do you have to be in to accept that?